Hi, I'm Tanya Dowson from Burson, and government planning is top-down government control. Government planning is limitation of choices and intrusion on private property rights. Government planning is proven to have devastated the property values of countless property owners, and I know that firsthand. You are clearly changing the land use designations of our land. You need to contact every property owner individually and get their permission before you do this. Government should plan its own land only, not other people's land. Government planning creates more regulations, more fees, code enforcement, code violations, and fines that will burden both current and future generations. There has been a constant flow of land use regulations in the form of regional plans, environmental plans, acid sulfate soil plans, global warming, sky is falling, seas are rising plans for just about everything, which also affect what can and can't be done with individual pieces of private property. This has taken money out of the economy. Before all of this flood of government-imposed regulation and taxation, life was affordable, the economy was strong, growth was a positive thing, and things were getting done. It was not a utopia, but there's no such thing as a utopia, even with your plan that you're creating here. Most people live in what some demonize as sprawl. I do. I like sprawl. I want to live in sprawl. What people fail to realize is that when sprawl disappears locally, those of us that like it, we move to an area where there is sprawl. I don't want to be in crowded, high-density cluster living. Forcefully changing characteristics of a neighborhood, changing the terms and conditions under which people purchase their property, imposes the government's will over the people's free choice to use their land with all of the rights and responsibilities that came with the land when they purchased it. The government must not be allowed to impose its well-intentioned yet warped vision of utopia on the people. Government planning cannot reasonably predict long-term unintentional consequences of its decisions. Government planning interferes with the free market and is therefore unsustainable. It limits choices for future generations. It imposes sustainable development on future generations who may not want it. These are not positive outcomes. The property owners in our community want to preserve our property rights, but whether the majority of the community does or not is not the government's primary job to protect. It's the government's primary job to protect our inherent rights to life, liberty, and property. In America, democracy ends where our inherent rights to life, liberty, and property begin. America is not a democracy. America is a republic governed by law that is anchored in the principle that our inherent rights to life, liberty, and property in pursuit of happiness are not subject to the whims of government officials or whims of the majorities. Democracies consistently end in tragedy. Thanks.